Hello students, this is Savita Pawar. Welcome to my channel Get the Math. Today we are going to see the introduction of lesson number 5, data handling. So here we are going to study about various definitions. So first one is what is meant by statistics. This data handling comes under the study of statistics. So statistics means the science which deals with the collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of some numerical data. It is called as the statistics. That is, if you want some data, that data is collected, it is presented, it is analyzed and interpreted in a numerical form. It is called as the statistics. Now what is data? Second term is data. The information collected in any case is called as the data. Example, number of boys in the school, that information we are collecting, so it is called as the data. What is pictograph? Pictorial representation of data using the symbols is called as the pictograph. Example, for man, if we will use this symbol for man. Any other thing we can draw it, we can draw something or symbolize it by something, then it is called as a pictograph. Bar graph, a display of information using bars of uniform width, their heights being proportional to the respective values. So that is called as the bar graph. So this is the type of a bar graph. Now the height may represent the value of the whatever thing it is been given here, what is the information is being given here. So height depend on that. The width will be uniform for all the bar graph. Double bar graph, two set of data simultaneously. Here the bar graph is shown having two sets of data simultaneously. That is, it is useful for the comparison of the data. For example, marks of a student in the year 2006-7 and 2007-8. So these are the marks of a student in maths and science. This is white one is in 2006-7 and the shaded one is of 2007 and 8. Okay, so this is called as the double bar graph. This is used for comparison purpose. Then comes the histogram type of a graph. Another type of graph is a histogram. It is a pictorial presentation of the group data in which rectangles are formed with class intervals as basis and the corresponding frequencies as the height. So here the graph goes on in continuous form. There is no break here. It goes on in the continuous form. Since the data here given will be is a grouped data. This is called as a group data. So that goes on continuing, no break in between. Such type of graph is called as a histogram. Now here in the x-axis, this is called as the x-axis, this is called as the y-axis. In the x-axis, whatever the data, whatever the range we are using, the difference should be equal from 0 onwards. So now if you see 10 minus 0 is 10, 20 minus 10 is 10, 30 minus 20 is 10, 40 minus 30 is 10. So all the differences are equal. But if suppose the difference is not equal from 0, then you have to put a kink here. Like this, if from 0, suddenly it is starting from 50 onwards and then the difference is 10, 10. So from 0 to 50, the difference is 50. Afterwards it is 10. So you have to put a curve here, that is called as a kink. Okay. Now, seventh one is frequency. It gives a number of times that a particular observation or entry occurs, such as number of children in the 10 families. So if we take the data of a number of children in 10 families and it is giving 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 4, 3. Okay. So the number of times 2 is coming, the number of times 1 is coming or 3 is coming or 4 is coming, that is called as a frequency. So here you can see 2 is coming how many times? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 families are having, out of 10, 4 families are having 2 children. So this is called as the frequency. Then frequency distribution. That frequency, it is designed in the form of it is shown in the form of a table. That table is called as the frequency distribution table. That is a tabular arrangement of data showing the frequency in each observation. So the same thing, if number of children are been given 1, 2, 3 like that, and then we have to the given observations we have to show it here by tally marks and then count the frequency. So this is the arrangement in the table form, so it is called as a frequency distribution table. Observation, so here each observation, this one, these are called as the observation. So each observation, each numerical figure is called as the observation in the data. Tabular or presentation of data, so this same thing, arrangement of data in the form of table in the condensed form is called as a tabular or presentation of data. So 10 number point and 8 point is one and the same, but the names can be different as frequency distribution or tabular presentation or tabular or presentation of data. Now what is raw data? Raw data, it is also called as the ungrouped data. So data available to us in an unorganized form is called as raw data. Then this unorganized data is changed to organized one. Like if we collect the number of children data in a particular society, then we group it according to the building number. So it is called as the group data. Okay. So group data, for sake of convenience, we may condense the raw data into classes or groups. Such a presentation is called as the group data. Now in the data can be given in type of intervals. These are called as the class intervals in the condensed form. So from 0 to 10, 10 to 20. So these are called as the class intervals. Then 0 and 10, 10 and 20. These are called as the class limits. So this is first class, this is second class. So the boundaries of that class is called as the class limits. So each class is bounded by two figures. Those are called as the class limits. Now two figures, these are called as, the one on the left hand side is called as the lower limit and the one on the right hand side is called as the upper limit. So this one is lower limit and this is the upper limit. For this class interval, this is lower limit and this is upper limit. Okay. So the one on the left side is called lower and one on the right side is called as the upper limit. Now the condensed data can be of two forms, inclusive form and exclusive form. Inclusive form and exclusive form. Now what is meant by inclusive form? If the class intervals given here have, the first interval has 10 as its upper limit and the next interval has 11 as its lower limit. These are not matching here. The upper limit and the lower limit of these should be matching or they should be same. If they are not same, then it is called as the exclusive form, and if they are same, this one here, then it is called as the exclusive form. Always the data should be in the exclusive form only. But if it is in the inclusive form, we can change it to the exclusive form by subtracting 0.5 from the left hand side and adding 0.5 to the right hand side. So this way we can convert the inclusive form of data to the exclusive form. Okay. So we have to subtract 0.5 from each of the class interval on the left side and add 0.5 to each of the class interval on the right hand side. Now class boundaries. This, if the data is in the exclusive form, this way, that its upper limit is equal to its lower limit in the next class interval, then the upper limit and the lower limit are known as the class boundaries or true upper limit and true lower limit. So if the data is group data and it is in the exclusive form, then the upper limit and the lower limit are known as the class boundaries. So these are called as the class boundaries. Okay. Or they are also named as true upper limit and true lower limit. True upper limit and true lower limit. Okay. Class size. The difference between the true upper limit and true lower limit is called as the class size. So 10 minus 0 is 10, 20 minus 10 is 10. So that is the class size. That is the difference between upper limit and lower limit. class mark or mid value. Class mark means the midpoint of these two upper limits and the lower limits is called as the class mark or mid value. So the formula is class mark equal to 1 by 2 upper limit plus lower limit. If we take a range of 10 to 20, then how to find the mid value of class mark of this one? So 1 by 2, 20 plus 10, that gives 30, 30 by 2 is 15. So mid value of 10 and 20 is 15. So this way we have to find the class mark or the mid value. Range is the difference between the maximum value and the minimum value of the observation is called its range. Now if suppose we take these observations, so the minimum value is 0 here and the maximum value here is 20. So that is called the range is here from 10 to 20. If it goes on increasing, if suppose you are writing up to 50 to 60, the last limit is 60 here, then the range will be from 0 to 60. So that is called as the range. Variable, a quantity which is being measured in an experiment or the survey is called as a variable. Whatever survey we are doing, whose numerical value we are taking, it is called as a variable. Example, people working in office or the number of the students in the class or number of boys in the class or the school, that is all called as a variable. What is a variate? A particular value of the variable is called as a variate. And the 25th rule is pie chart. The various observations are represented by the sector of the circle and the whole circle represents the sum of all the values of the observations. It is called as a pie chart. Now whatever data we are getting, we are representing it in a circle. Okay, the circle has, we know that 360 degree. So that we are representing in a circle. So it is called as the pie chart. So central angle of the observation. If you want to find the angle of the school suppose here or angle of the sleep here, so value of the component upon total value multiplied by 360. So that is the formula to do. If the value of observation is expressed in percentage, now if this value is given in percentage, then how can we find its central angle? Then percentage value of the observation upon 100 into 360. So this way, these are the two formulas to solve. If only we want to find the central value and if simple numerical value is given, then value of the component upon total value multiplied by 360. And if it is given in percentage, then percentage value of observation upon 100 multiplied by 360. So these are all the points you need to know in this lesson. And also the definitions are very important of this lesson. You need to learn these definitions too. That's all for now. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. Get the math.